Going on? Going on to y'all, man. Wanna speak about this case of R. Kelly. First of all, the R. Kelly case. The government haven't proven their case, man. Plain and simple. Don't care about no alleged herpes. I read the transcripts, okay? I don't see where the government proved their case. This man is being guilty of enterprise. Come on, man. Come on, man. But anyway, I ain't gonna be here too long. I just wanted to say that the government did not prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. Come on. If y'all out there still believe this man is guilty, really? Y'all believe what the media is still telling y'all? God bless you, man. God bless you. But former doctor Larry Nassar, who victimized 270, gymnastic children and women now. Let them testify. I'm gonna let y'all hear a real victim. Real victims, not the reality show. Surviving R. Kelly was a reality show. Hello, hello, knock, knock, knock. Those were not victims, okay? This is a RICO case, okay? This is a federal case. This case should never been taken to no, this shouldn't even been a case. Some of y'all, man, don't have faith in God, man. You don't believe in God. Some of you say you believe in God, but you don't. You don't have faith in God. He said, walk by faith, not by sight. And some of you don't. But hey, I pray for you. It is what it is. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for a purpose such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, scholarship, and research. I mean, an organic sucker. This is a real victim, y'all. Gymnastic. He'll speak.
Your commitment to ensuring the safety of gymnasts and all amateur athletes is appreciated, important, and necessary to ensure nothing like this ever happens again. Please bear with me. To be perfectly honest, I can imagine no place that I would be less comfortable right now than sitting here in front of you, sharing these comments. My name is Simone Biles, and I am a gymnast who has trained at the levels of the sport. As an elite gymnast, I have had the honor to represent the United States of America in multiple international competitions, including World Championships and the Olympic Games. Over the course of my gymnastics career, I have won 25 World Championship medals and 7 Olympic medals for Team USA. That record means so much to me, and I am proud of my representation of this nation through gymnastics. I am also a survivor of sexual abuse, and I believe without a doubt that the circumstances that led to my abuse and allowed it to continue are directly the result of the fact that the organizations created by Congress to oversee and protect me as an athlete, USA Gymnastics.
She says she's a survivor, not a victim. Survivor. Sorry. She's a survivor, not a victim. Sorry about that, y'all.
And the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee failed to do their jobs. Nelson Mandela once said, there can be There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. It is the power of that statement that compels and empowers me to be here in front of you today. I don't want another young gymnast, Olympic athlete, or any individual to experience the horror that I and hundreds of others have endured before, during, and continuing to this day in the wake of the Larry Nassar abuse. To be clear,
Take your time.
To be clear, I blame Larry Nassar, and I also blame an entire system that enabled and perpetrated his abuse. USA Gymnastics and the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee knew that I was abused by their official team doctor long before I was ever made aware of their knowledge. In May of 2015, Rhonda Fayen, the former head of USA Gymnastics women's program, was told by my friend and teammate, Maggie Nichols, that she suspected I, too, was a victim. I didn't understand the magnitude of what all was happening until the Indianapolis Star published its article in the fall of 2016, entitled, "Former USA Gymnastics Doctor Accused of Abuse." Yet while I was a member of the 2016 U.S. Olympic team, neither USAG, USOPC, nor the FBI ever contacted me or my parents. While others had been informed and investigations were ongoing, I had been left to wonder why I was not told until after the Rio Games. This is the largest case of sexual abuse in the history of American sport. And although there have been a fully independent investigation of the FBI's handling of the case, neither USAG nor USOPC have ever been made the subject of the same level of scrutiny. These are the entities entrusted with the protection of our sport and our athletes, and yet it feels like questions of responsibility and organizational failures remain unanswered. As you pursue the answers to those questions, I ask that your work be guided by the same question that Rachel Denhollander and many others have asked. How much is a little girl worth? I sit before you today to raise my voice so that no little girl must endure what I, the athletes at this table, and the countless others who needlessly suffered under Nassar's guise of medical treatment, which we continue to endure today. We suffered and continue to suffer because no one at FBI, USAG, or the USOPC did what was necessary to protect us. We have been failed, and we deserve answers. Nassar is where he belongs, but those who enabled him deserve to be held accountable. If they are not, I am convinced that this will continue to happen to others across Olympic sports. In reviewing the OIG's report, it truly feels like the FBI turned a blind eye to us and went out of its way to help protect USAG and USOPC. A message needs to be sent. If you allow a predator to harm children, the consequences will be swift and severe. Enough is enough. I will close with one final thought. The scars of this horrific abuse continue to live with all of us. As the lone competitor in the recent Tokyo Games, who is a survivor of this horror, I can assure you that the impacts of this man's abuse are not ever over or forgotten. The announcement in the spring of 2020 that the Tokyo Games were to be postponed for a year meant that I would be going to the gym, to training, to therapy, living daily among the reminders of this story for another 365 days. As I have stated in the past, one thing that helped me push each and every day was the goal of not allowing this crisis to be ignored. I worked incredibly hard to make sure that my presence could maintain a connection between the failures and the competition at Tokyo 2020. That has proven to be exceptionally difficult burden for me to carry, particularly when required to travel to Tokyo without the support of any of my family. I am a strong individual and I will persevere, but I never should have been left alone to suffer the abuse of Larry Nassar. And the only reason I did was because of the failures that lie at the heart of the abuse that you are now asked to investigate. Again, I appreciate the opportunity to share my thoughts with this committee today. I want to sincerely thank each of you for joining the survivors of this abuse to do what we all can to prevent anything like this from ever happening again. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a real victim that became a survivor. All that other stuff, man. These women coming to court, people coming to court testifying against Robert Sylvester Kelly. Those are not victims, man, or survivors. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars, man. And it's sad that a lot of people participating in watching this circus and it's going on. And like I'm gonna say this again, who cares about alleged herpes? I read the transcripts too. Hello, hello, knock, 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 knock. They haven't proven that this man was the leader of an enterprise. So, with that being said, you just saw that gymnast testify. Larry Nassar victimized over 200, allegedly, 200 women. They were children. Some of the women were 6 years old that he victimized. He did it for decades. And what's sad is a lot of people knew about it. Our federal government, people, the gymnastic, the corporate people that work for the sports staff, the people that the FBI, the people, they know about it. This man was doing this for decades. He damaged a lot of women when they were children. Brave women. And that was a African-American woman that spoke out. So I know a lot of so-called black people that get on their platforms. When it's a black person, they don't like when it comes to the R. Kelly case, because a lot of these women are black that's speaking out against R. Kelly. That's why a lot of black people ain't saying nothing. I noticed that on black social media. That's what it's about. See, when Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson was accused, little white boys and Hispanic boys, nobody believed, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Some people spoke out. Nobody really spoke out Bill Cosby because Bill Cosby was pretty much outspoken, to call out the black community. You know what I'm saying? That pound cake speech. I'm so over that, man. I'm so past, I'm so at peace with my life because I'm so thankful to El Shaddai. I'm so thankful to God, man. I'm so over that stuff. Y'all nitpick about every little thing about what somebody says. I'm really, you just nitpick about, small. You find the smallest thing about anything. Well, R. Kelly, he shouldn't have had all those. I mean, look, man, there's a lot of things we can say about certain people. Are we going to talk about everybody's personal life? Are we going to talk about everybody, what they did in their whole life? If you had a camera on you and you had somebody in your face for 25 to 30 years, what can we find in your closet? I mean, I'm just saying. I've said things too. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not a celebrity, and neither I want to be a celebrity. But that man he's Robert Sylvester Kelly, the man, but he's R. Kelly, who's known to the world. I can't condemn him. I don't have a heaven and hell to put this man in. Some people still trying to have judgment over this man. And some of these people that ain't not even, I hear people speaking about this man like they've been around, Like they 19, 20 years old trying to judge. I was like, man, you ain't even been around that long. How you gonna speak about this man? You weren't even around when Aaliyah and was around. And Robert Williams, you wasn't around when Tupac was alive, or Biggie, or you don't even remember, you wasn't even around. You weren't even born when you weren't even old enough to remember the O.J. Simpson trial or the Michael Jackson trial. That's why I spoke like that the other day. You so-called Michael Jackson supporters, so-called Michael Jackson supporters. I said what I said. If Michael Jackson was alive, you would never see Michael Jackson out here saying the things that you so-called Michael Jackson supporters are saying. You wouldn't see that. I don't think you Michael Jackson supporters would be saying these things if he was alive. You wouldn't be saying that. Now, Bill Cosby is out. I'm going to say it again. He's out. He's free. Do you see Dr. Cosby out here speaking about R. Kelly? Now, I said this about last year. I said if Cosby would have never got convicted, you think he'd be out here speaking about R. Kelly? Lock him up? Or have anything to say negative about him? But he was in prison at that time, Dr. Cosby. Now he's out. He's out now. And he can talk. Dr. Cosby can talk. He not here saying lock him up. Think about that for a minute. These are to the people out there that support Dr. Cosby too. And Michael Jackson. He ain't out there saying, well, I believe, yeah, I got my Joe pudding, I believe that Mr. Kelly should have did this, I can't personally, Dr. Cosby. I'm just saying he should have never done these things. He didn't say nothing about when Michael Jackson was going through his trials and tribulations. You didn't hear Dr. Cosby speak about him. You didn't hear Dr. Cosby speak about Eddie Murphy when Eddie Murphy was accused of being with a transvestite. Did he? You didn't hear Dr. Cosby speak about Tupac when Tupac was accused of being and convicted of rape. Well, not rape, but touching the butt axe. I said that when I made a video about a year ago about Tupac. I never said Tupac raped anybody. I said he was accused of it and he was convicted and y'all defend him. Cosby ain't saying nothing about when you hear somebody getting accused of something in the media. You don't see Dr. Cosby saying nothing about nobody. That's why I didn't understand why some of the supporters. I ain't talking about some R. Kelly. It didn't make sense to me. I'm like, what's going on here? R. Kelly's not an angel, but Bill Cosby's not an angel either. Dr. Cosby's not an angel. I'm sure Dr. Cosby tell you he's not an angel. Nobody's an angel. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. So I'm trying to figure this out. So I just want y'all to understand, man. That was a gymnastic. I don't know her name, but she's a young lady. That she I'm so thankful to God that she got it. They all, a lot of them. I'm proud of them women, man. But I don't understand why would the media, why they go so hard after? I'm not saying that you don't have people that's in our community that's African American or men of color don't do things like that. I'm not saying that, man. Nobody's saying that. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get out of here. The media has to make up their mind. You said that we on a. This is what the media. This is what y'all say. Because I don't want to speak about race. But I got to be honest, man. The media. You say this. The media. This is what y'all say. That black African Americans. You say African Americans, so-called black people, that we make up 13% of the population, right? Is it 13% you say? That's what y'all said now. So if we make up 12 or 13% of the population, how is it black man, so-called black man, is out here? How the black man became the face of everything that's so wrong, or everything, should I say, so evil in the world? Or should I say the children of Israel here in America? Let's talk about America. How did we become the face of it? Think about that for a minute. Make it make sense. The Me Too movement, everything, even in the 90s, when they made Mike Tyson he was the poster child for rape. O.J. Simpson was the poster child for domestic violence. You know, he was that trial became the trial of the century. But I said, wait a minute, didn't Robert Blake, the guy who was he was accused of killing his wife? Why did they make O.J. Simpson the trial of the century? Robert Blake did the same. He was accused of the same thing. But they made O.J. the trial of the century. Chris Brown, every time you look around Chris Brown, they always bringing up Chris Brown's name. You know, even though he was accused of fighting with Brown in 2009, they always going back to Chris Brown. Nate Parker was accused of rape, and when he wasn't even famous at that time. He was in college, but for some reason they brought that up when he brought out the movie Birth of a Nation. I mean, come on, man. He was found not guilty. He was acquitted by a jury, an all-white jury, of accusing raping a white woman. The Caucasian woman, I hate to say race, man, she committed suicide. They tried to blame her on Nate Parker. You see what I'm saying? Why are they doing this, man? And then you got all these powerful, so-called, whatever powerful men that they was going after with the Me Too and Time's Up, who were, some of them were not doing the things. They was going after the money, but then some of them were doing things, and they got away with it. You know who the ones, y'all know the ones. Y'all know the ones that got away with it. Some of them didn't get away with it, but some of them did. And then, you know, people like Rob Lowe, who was caught on video with an underage girl. And he was able to bounce back with his career. Rob Lowe. He was on video with an underage girl, Rob Lowe. That was Rob Lowe on the video with an underage girl. And he was able to come back, bounce back, and have a career. He's in commercials and everything. Do your research on Rob Lowe. He's a Caucasian brother, man. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not here to pick on Rob Lowe. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy in America, what's going on here. And R. Kelly was just accused. Women lied about their age. Lied about their age with this man. He wasn't out there searching for 14, 15-year-old girls, 12-year-old girls, 11-year-old girls, 16-year-old girls. It wasn't like, that's what a predator does, or a pedophile, what y'all want to call him. Jeffrey Epstein, that was a pedophile, a predator. Larry Nassar, a pedophile. That's what he was doing to them gymnastic girls. He was hurting them girls, man. But y'all went after R. Kelly. Come on, man. We got to stop doing this. This got to stop, America. Media, you got to do a better job. Because from what I'm saying, nobody believes you anymore. And a lot of those bots you got on your channel, it's not real. We know what you're doing now. People know your game. And I'm out of here, man. If you believe everything the media tells you, then you ain't nothing but a brainwashed slave. So free yourself. Free your mind and free your soul and give it to the Lord Jesus Christ. And if you do that, I guarantee you that everything is going to be all right. With that being said, love is God and God is love. And my name is Calvin Eugene. I love you, but Jesus loves you more. And I'm out of here, man. I see y'all in the next one, man. Peace.